Manchester United are looking very, very good right now.
Oh, say that again, Shaq?
No, move on.
All right, well, these are the match stats then after the game. Don, let me come to you first. As Shaka just said, Manchester United 3 in a row and looking very, I think he's used 2 verys, very, very good.
Whisper it, Alexis, but United are back. United are back. They were amazing.
Oh, boy.
Are you not entertained?
No, they were
amazing.
Exactly.
Amazing.
3 wins on the spin. The 3 wins on the spin. The boy in Insta is 2 wins away from getting his haircut.
Finally.
What a turnaround. You've tried Van Gaal, you've tried Amorim, you've tried Jose, you've tried all these winners. Michael Carrick's been in charge about 14, 15 days and he's put the spirit back into Man United. He's putting players in the right positions. They're playing with quality. They're playing with excitement. I thought Fulham, to be fair, them were pretty good second half, but Ahmad was amazing today. I thought Kobbie Mainoo in the middle of the park, excellent. Bruno, excellent. They're a forward-thinking team all of a sudden. They're not just slow and pedestrian. Casemiro, superb. I think the job that he's done in the short term, Michael Carrick, has been outstanding.
Stevie, I think you're going to give me you're going to bring me back down to earth slightly now, because as Don said amazing, you said not amazing.
No, not yet. I think there's absolutely no question that Michael Carrick, in the 14 days that he's been there, has absolutely worked a miracle. I mean, the difference in this side to when Amorim was in charge.
What's been the biggest difference to you?
Well, there's a freedom about the way they play the game. I mean, going forward, I mean, I agree with Don. I mean, Ahmad gave Robinson heart attacks today. I mean, every time he ran at him, he looked as though he was going to just take the mickey at him. And Cunha with a fantastic goal. And Buena's a danger. He finds space when they're on the counter-attack. And we know how good Bruno Fernandes is. So, listen, going forward, they're like a breath of fresh air going forward. However, they've still got problems through the middle. You know, teams can get at that back 4 too easily still. And unfortunately, as good as Harry Maguire was against City and Arsenal, when there's any space around Harry, he doesn't have the legs to get close to anybody. And you saw how late he was with the penalty. You know, people talking about Harry Maguire should go to the World Cup. I mean, calm down. You know, Harry's okay when there's a good shape and it's all nice and tight and there's not a lot of space. But when the rest of his teammates are going forward, and the way that they're going forward under Carrick means that Harry Maguire is going to be under a lot of pressure, because when they do turn the ball over, and Fulham got at them quite a lot today. I think particularly in the first half they were wasteful with the opportunities they had in the attacking third. But yeah, going forward, Man United, breath of fresh air. But they still got problems defensively through the middle of the park and that back line.
And Shaka, you pointed out those very problems, because you said, how is Raúl Jiménez just allowed to run right into the box like that?
Of the back of Dalot. And to Stevie's point, while you could criticise Maguire and his lack of pace, I don't think that's come as anything of a secret. You've got Dalot on that right-hand side. One responsibility is Raúl Jiménez, who he just allows to drift in behind him, and Maguire now has to try and make up that space. And I thought that was a really poor from Dalot in particular. And I know Harry Maguire will get criticised for it, but I thought that was really poor on Dalot. For me, I thought Fulham were much better in the second half. I thought they sat deep and allowed Manchester United possession and position in the first half. And as the game started to run away from them, now in the second half, they've got to start to press a little bit higher up, put Manchester United under a bit more pressure, and we're rewarded for it. And lucky not to be coming away from Old Trafford with at least a point, but for that Šeško finish. But even to that point, and I mentioned it during the highlights, Šeško hits the crossbar with his first touch. I think that would have made it 3-0, and certainly the game would have been over. So to Fulham's credit, they dragged themselves back into this game. But I think the bigger story here is Manchester United. It's one thing about being motivated to play against Arsenal and Manchester City. It's another at home to Fulham. And we all said, as good as results as those two were, it's what you do with those results that counts. Manchester United dropped points here. We would be critical, and rightly so. And I thought they finished to this after Fulham come back kind of speaks to some of the freedom, but also some of the energy that this Manchester United have found under Michael Carrick.
Can I apologise to the goalies union, Xhaka?
Oh, we welcome that, Stephen.
Because I criticised a couple of weeks ago. I said I'm not sure about this goalkeeper.
Lamans.
Lamans.
Yeah,
No, he's been good.
But today he had 2 big saves. He had a great save at 0-0,
Yeah.
a reflex save, and then he had one in the second half as well. So yeah.
Lamans
I
is good.
apologise to the goalkeepers union.
I will forward your message, Stephen. It will be
him?
well received.
Do you remember
There you
his
go.
first name, Stevie? How to pronounce his first name?
Who? Lamans? No.
Lamb.
Lamans, no, it is
not
not.
close.
All right, in the race for top 4, Don, we've got Manchester United currently in 4th, Chelsea in 5th, and then Liverpool in 6th. Who gets your pick? Who gets that top 4 spot?
Well, it'll be top 5 because the coefficient's strong and it's more or less done. There's no one else in Europe that's going to outperform the Premier League side, so it will be top 5 that gets it. So I think in that straight fight, I think you're looking at Chelsea, Man U, and Liverpool. I think Villa might have a little wobble. Bad loss for them today. They might have a little wobble. I think they've got enough to finish in the top 3. So the 3 sides that I mentioned, they're going for 2 places. So it's all on between the 3.
So
Didn't answer any question at all there,
who's
Don.
getting left out, Don?
Yeah.
I mean, United should make it on the probability that they've got no other games to play for. I mean, it's like Antonio Conte winning the league with Napoli last year with no European football. Man U have got no games. They just play every single Saturday or every week. So you're getting 6 days rest after every game. So just going off piece slightly, I'll come to the answer in a minute. It just goes to show how bad of a manager Amorim was to not play the players in the right system, not to see that Ahmad's not a wing back, how to see that Bruno Fernandes is not a number 8, not to see that Kobbie Mainoo's a number 8 and Bruno Fernandes is a number 10. I think you're looking, odds-wise, I think percentages-wise, I think you're looking a straight fight between Man U and Liverpool, so a 50-50.
50-50.
boy.
Don, just give us one. So Liverpool missed out. That's what you're saying.
I can't trust Liverpool.
All right, so Liverpool missed out in Don's eyes.
I'm not sure, though.
He said he was going to answer the question.
We waited all last
We got
time.
it on a 50-50.
I'm going to sit on defence here. Right on defence.
I know he's feeling about Liverpool there. He can't trust Liverpool.
I think Manchester United finishing top 5. I then think it comes down to a fight between Liverpool and Chelsea. Right now, I'm leaning Liverpool with one huge caveat. That caveat being Florian Wirtz continues to be as good as we've seen him over recent weeks. If he's anything like early season Florian Wirtz, Liverpool miss out. If Florian Wirtz continues to be as good as we've seen him over 2026, I think Liverpool sneak in. The only downside to that is we will not hear the end of it from Jan Fjord.
No, we
He
won't.
will be incessant. That's the
Biggest
downside.
I told you so's.
But Florian Wirtz has made Liverpool tick over recent weeks. He continues that. I think Liverpool sneaking in 5th.
I think Jurgen Klinsmann will also
Xhaka
get on
actually
our case.
answered the question there, Alexis?
He
Yeah.
did. He
Has he
feels
answered the question
Liverpool
there,
missed
Xhaka?
out.
No, I said Liverpool
that what you said, Jack?
Liverpool will get to the top 5
And-
as long as Florian Wirtz continues being as good as he is.
So Chelsea missed out for you.
Chelsea miss out.
There we go. Stevie.
I'm going with Chelsea as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Man U, the fact that they've got 1 game a week is absolutely huge. So I think they'll make it. And, right now it's tough to choose between Liverpool and Chelsea.
Are you going with your heart?
But I'm going to go with Ekitike and the resurgence of Wirtz. And think that Liverpool can't defend as badly as they have done all season for the rest of the season. So I'm afraid I think Chelsea miss out.
Scoring at home, the winner, it's unbelievable. I've been dreaming about that I can do that, and it's unbelievable.
What does it mean to you? What kind of boost does it give you in front of the Stretford end? This is what the Stretford end want to see.
No, it's I think not just for me, for a whole team. It's just really important, especially because we're in a really great row now, and I'm just hoping and wishing that we can work harder like that, and win games.
But it's another late winner, isn't it? It's another 3-2.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's unbelievable. I'm really happy that I can help team like that, and that we can continue our streak now.
Talking to Harry Maguire when Michael Carrick returned to the club, he was saying that Michael said to you guys, just go out and enjoy yourself, just play with that freedom, enjoy playing for Manchester United?
No, it's true. It's true. He's saying this many times, and that's exactly what we are doing. But it's not just that. Also, like without the ball, you can see how much we work hard together, which leads to the great results in the end.
That's just it. The work rate just seems to be so different.
No, definitely. Everyone is on point, covering the spaces, everything, and in the end, that's what counts.
And I was watching Casemiro at the end. He was urging the full-time whistle to go. There were a few little bit of nerves, just because the way that Fulham competed in the game as well. Just a word on Casemiro, though, because he looked like a boss out there today.
Unbelievable player, legend. It's nice to play with him. It's also nice to listen to him when he gives some advices. Yeah, his work rate is unbelievable. He gives team such a big boost, and as you can all see it outside. And we are grateful that we have him, of course.
It's infectious. Top four. What can be achieved now going forward? There's so much positivity around this place.
Just to continue like this, focusing on our work, what we have to do, what we have to keep on going, working hard like this, being focused in every single moment, and that's how it's going to lead to great results.
And enjoying it.
Definitely.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Michael, that was, in the end, a real throwback to an old Manchester United, a one that you played in, the celebrations in front of the Stretford End, last-minute winners.
Yeah, I've said it before the City game. I think it's a special place, this, and it does special things. And credit to the boys. You know, we knew today was going to be a really tough game, and you know, getting questions all week about breaking down a low block and beating teams that you should beat, and that was never the case today. Fulham are a really good team, and we knew that we were going to have a lot of questions to answer. And credit to the boys. The late goal last week that we conceded to then go again and win. And especially today, which was even more tough to take probably, to then find a winner for Benji. You know, I'm just so delighted for him, and he totally deserves it. It's a huge moment for all of us, but for him especially, and he deserves it. He's been fantastic since I came here, so he'll remember that feeling for quite some time.
Is it the one you enjoyed the most?
Late winners? Yeah, I think that emotion, is that what you meant, late winners?
Yeah, with Benjamin.
Yeah, I think, listen, a late winner's a late winner in the front of the Stretford End in that situation. It's rivalry, you know, it's what you get greedy for. You want more of that feeling, but certainly for Ben and to get that, I think that'll do so much good. And the response when he come in the change room at the end, we're all pleased for him, and it's just a start for him. And so I couldn't be more pleased.
Just the start for him. Casemiro coming to an end as well, and he looked like a real boss out there. I said that to Ben too.
Yeah, Cassie's been he's been such a presence since I came, and huge respect for him from what he's done, how he goes about his day to day, and how motivated and driven he is. And you only achieve what he's achieved by having that. And he's desperately for a big finish. We all know it's coming to end at the end of this season, but he wouldn't have thought it today, and it just showed it. Big goal for us, big performance again, and just celebrating it. It means just as much to him, if not more than most.
And a word on the other goal scorer, in front of the Stretford End as well, Cunha. It just seems that the Stretford End absolutely love him.
Yeah, and rightly so. You know, he's got so much ability, and still think there's loads more to come from him in a real positive way. And that's three big moments. You know, coming on, creating a goal, scoring a goal last week, scoring this week. Big stepping stones for Matthias, and hopefully there's more to come. I'm sure there is.
And what about you? What are the emotions like with these late winners? Because you're on track for Manager of the Month at the moment.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The last goal was a big moment, and the celebrations were big. You know, I think
wild.
That's what the game does to us, and that's why we're in it and we love it. And I think the disappointment to them, the elation. And seeing everyone in that moment, the subs running down the touchline and jumping on Ben, the staff, the supporters, special, you know, and they're the ones that we want more of.
But do you feel as well that you will get more of those moments with what's left of this season? Because you're in real competition, real fight. European football looks to be well and truly on the cards as it stands.
Yeah, we're not getting too far ahead of it. I think It's the old answer of really game by game, and I think we can be better than we played today. I think there's a lot more to come from us in different aspects of the game. But again, we've been together 3 weeks, and we're working on things and trying to improve things. And today was about getting through it in what way we needed to do and finding a way. That's 3 in a row. That's good. It's good. We want more for sure, but hopefully we can win games a little bit more comfortable in some ways. But when they do come like that, it kind of feels like more than just a win, and that feeling spreads through so many people.
That's just right, isn't it? Finally, it just puts that spring in the step. It looks fun.
Yeah, it's got to be exciting when we want people to come with that passion and looking for something to happen and be excited by it, and we certainly were going into the game. Didn't envisage it happening just like that, but the supporters have came, gone home happy and looking forward to the next one.
Good stuff. Go well. Thank you.
Mikel Arteta's work at Arsenal is being viewed in an even brighter light after the recent coaching shakeups elsewhere. With Chelsea parting ways with Enzo Maresca and Manchester United moving on from Ruben Amorim, the contrast is hard to miss. Arsenal has kept moving forward under Arteta, giving him time through difficult stretches, and now seeing the payoff as the club pushes again in the Premier League title race. It also raises a bigger question about strategy. While Chelsea and United are changing direction again, Arteta has been in place for more than 6 years, outlasting a long list of managers across those 2 clubs in that span. That stability has become part of the story, and it was a major talking point on the Seeing Red podcast with Tom Canton and John Cross. Beyond reacting to Amorim's dismissal and breaking down wins over Aston Villa and Bournemouth, plus Manchester City's loss to Chelsea, the conversation kept returning to one core idea: structure. Not just who is the coach, but how much power that coach has, and whether the club is built to support a long-term project. Cross pointed to Arsenal as a rare example of patience turning into real strength. He argued that Arsenal's willingness to back Arteta through the messy early phases helped create the stable position they're in now, and that this kind of time and support investment is what can turn a club into something truly solid. Canton's response was sharp and honest. Arteta's arc, he said, has almost become a problem for other clubs, because it tempts them to keep coaches they probably shouldn't. But at the same time, it's still the best example of what can happen when you hire the right person and actually give them time. And that time wasn't smooth. The discussion highlighted how Arsenal could easily have pulled the plug early. 2 8th-place finishes, then 5th, missing out on the Champions League, and a Europa League semi-final exit to Unai Emery's Villarreal. Any of those moments could have pushed a club into panic mode. Instead, the argument is that Arsenal recognized the bigger reality. Arteta didn't have the resources to compete at the required level right away. The squad needed a rebuild. The roster needed to be refreshed. That's where the comparison to Chelsea and United becomes even more pointed. The podcast suggested that recruitment and decision-making structure are often what determine whether a coach survives. If signings don't land, results suffer. And if a coach doesn't have enough influence, or the club isn't aligned behind a clear plan, it becomes much easier for things to collapse. In other words, giving time only works if the coach is empowered to shape the team in a way that matches the vision. Cross also emphasized that Arteta's situation stood out because he pushed to be a true manager, not just a head coach. The idea is simple. Top coaches want a real say in the build, and they want the club to match what they were promised when they took the job. The discussion even pointed to how Arteta survived a low moment, like the home loss to Burnley, because the club stayed behind him. And in that period, with fan pressure affected by the COVID-era environment, Arsenal were able to hold their nerve instead of reacting emotionally. Meanwhile, the big unknowns now shift back to Chelsea and Manchester United. Who replaces Amorim? And how will the next chapter look at Chelsea? The answers may come sooner than people expect. But for Arsenal, the reality stays the same. They're stable, they're moving forward, and they're still in the title chase, while others are starting over again. And that contrast can shape how people judge every manager in the league. Because when 2 massive clubs hit the reset button again, it forces the same question Cross raised on the show. Is the quick switch actually fixing the problem, or just delaying the real work? The bigger takeaway from the discussion is that time isn't a magic solution by itself. It only becomes valuable when the club's structure supports the plan, and when the coach has the influence to push the squad in the direction he believes it needs to go. That's why the distinction between head coach and manager kept coming up. The podcast point is that if a coach is expected to own the results, he usually wants a meaningful say in the decisions that shape those results. And if he doesn't get that, patience alone won't save him. That's also where Arteta's early struggles get reframed. Those finishes and setbacks could have become a reason to panic. Instead, they became evidence of why alignment matters, because Arsenal chose to treat them as part of a build, not a final verdict. And once the squad was reshaped the way the club believed it needed to be, the results started to reflect that long-term approach. So the repercussions aren't just about Arsenal looking stable, it's about how stability changes your margin for error. When you don't reset every year, you're not constantly starting from zero. You're building on decisions, learning from setbacks, and keeping a clearer identity. For Chelsea and Manchester United, the immediate consequence is obvious. They're changing direction again, which means the next appointment carries even more weight. Because every new coach isn't just judged on results. He's judged on whether the club is finally giving him the structure and authority that the role demands. That's why the question at the end matters so much. Who will replace Amorim? And how will Liam Rosenior do at Chelsea? Because those answers will test the exact theme the show kept returning to. Time, support, structure, and control. And for Arsenal, it's a different kind of pressure. Stability doesn't guarantee trophies, but it does keep you in the fight longer. And right now, while others restart, Arsenal get to stay focused on what they're already doing, chasing the Premier League title.